Should I say hello or just like, what's up?
I don't know. What would you say if you're meeting someone saying hi to a friend? Like, how would you say that?
I would say, hey.
Hey.
I'll say, hey.
Hey.
Ready?
Yeah.
Hey, everyone. This is Mahalia.
And this is Gina.
And welcome to, you want to say it together? The 10 and 3 podcast.
We didn't plan that enough. We didn't plan that enough.
Yeah, we didn't plan that. I don't think we have to do it again, though. You can. It's the 10 and 3 podcast.
It's the first. It's the first episode. It's the pilot.
This is a pilot.
Getting to know us.
Yeah, I'm Mahalia and Gina. How you doing, Gina?
Hi. I don't know why I waved. Hi.
I'll be able to see you, but you know. How you doing?
I'm good. You know, school, work is school. That's.
Do you want to start? Because like our first thing we wanted to talk about for our pilot is like basically who we are. Like, so you could go and start. Since I started first. So.
Okay. So I'm Gina. I'm gonna say my age. I am 24 years old. I'm ancient. I know. Born. I don't have an accent, so I don't even know where that came from.
Yeah.
Born in the best month of the year, March. Okay. Anyone who says anything other than March is wrong, especially October and December, since a lot of people seem to have been born then. So I'm 24 years old. Just moved out of my parents' house. That's
super- which we plan to talk about in a later episode.
Yes, and I'm growing and figuring myself out. There's so much craziness in being a young adult and growing and being in your 20s, and I hope we get a chance to explore that so that people can see that it's not quite as a straight line as they make it seem.
Exactly. So, yeah. Okay, I guess that's my turn. I'm Mahalia. I am about to be 23 years old. At time of this recording, my birthday is tomorrow.
Yes.
And what else? I am still living in my parents' house with 5 of my siblings, and
which is also I don't know part of life.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know if we're gonna show this yet, but in part of this, when we just were starting, I had to kick my sister out of the room, and that was a bit of fiasco. So I think she hates me now, but it's cool. So yeah, but besides that, I think that's about it for me, because I feel like everything else we can talk about, we can like search throughout this show together podcast.
Yeah, we both come from large families, which is funny because I have more sisters than brothers, and you have more brothers. Sisters.
Exactly.
So
I have 4 brothers and 1 sister. Do you want to say their ages, or
I mean, them? Honestly, you can group them if you want, but you could say their ages.
Yeah. The youngest is 9. She's 9, and then the oldest, which is me, she's 23. But the one after me, he's about to be 21. So that's my family age.
And then I am number 4 of 7. The oldest is 32, I want to say, and the youngest is 12. So everyone else is in between that. I'm number 4. I'm 24. And my little sister below me is 18, and then we have a teenager, and then my little brother.
Yeah, I'm number 1 of the 6.
Yeah, so I have 2 older sisters, 2 younger sisters, and then 1 older brother, 1 younger brother. So there's a lot of variety in there.
Yeah, exactly. Amongst all of us, like we have a good old team.
Yeah,
we have a good old team.
So we got sisters. We got brother drama.
Exactly. Like, you'd be surprised how many times like I complain to her about stuff and she complains to me about things, and we just be like, yeah, siblings, bro. So COVID-19, that was one of the things we wanted to talk about, the first thing, because at least for me, when I came to Gina with this idea, like I was just thinking about the circumstances, and I just thought like, hey, like we have so much we can talk about and take advantage of the fact that things are slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
Not exactly, because I know at least for you, like since you've moved to, like you've been like more busy than you were before, right?
Okay, but I just want to say, like, even though COVID-19 is a horrible disease that can be super horrible to a person's respiratory system. I don't know why
Yeah.
I said that word. Um, Quarantine was probably the best thing that ever happened to me because, like Mahalia said,
Wow.
I'm a busy person, but
Mhm.
quarantine forced me to like stop and look at myself because it literally froze everything for me. I wasn't working, I wasn't going to school, I wasn't going to church, in
Yeah.
person. Like it froze everything for me and it forced me to stop and really look at my life, which I think I really needed, like more than I would ever know. I needed that 3 months of you're going to sit down and look at yourself and look at where you are and think about where you want to actually be and think about what you're doing. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know
exactly.
if anyone else had that like weird moment of clarity where your eyes are opened because I think only like 2 weeks of COVID I treated like, okay, this is just a chill vacation. But then after that, it
Yeah.
was like, it was a real like deep
Yeah,
journey
after a
within
while you had
myself.
to be like, "Oh, this is for real. This is not just
Yeah.
like everyone taking a break together." Like, no,
Yeah. I was
this is
like, oh, spring
more.
break extended a week. Like, no.
Exactly. And then before you know it, it's like a month, 2 months or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I forgot to mention during the part of like who we are, like, well, this is a pilot episode, so expect everything to be all over the place.
Yeah.
But as you can see, we're both black, but we're also
Black
we're
women,
also Haitian
Asian
American. Sac passe.
American, sac
Can we,
passe, not boule. I'm gonna say
you
it
want to
just
speak
like that to
Creole?
get on people's
Do
nerves.
you want to speak Creole?
Okay, here's my thing with my Creole.
Okay.
As you can hear from my voice, I am very American, and everything I say sounds weird.
Don't
So
say it. Don't put it on yourself though. We're both like we've both been born here, so we're gonna have that accent. Don't put that on yourself.
so when it comes out, it has to come out on its own because when I force it, it's very um
Yes, you can tell.
it's
Be like,
very
girl.
oh where did you learn to speak Creole? That's what I get. I was doing phone calls to Haitian families and they're like they I guess they thought I didn't know as much Creole as I knew because of the way I sound on the phone and they're like
Yeah.
what this blood knows Creole like, I don't I was like
Should we explain to people blooming? I feel like it's
blanc is white people white.
or anyone that's not black,
Honestly,
basically.
anyone who's not black is blonde. Like even they call even black
Exactly. In the
Americans
Haitian
blonde.
culture, if you're not black, you're just a blunt. I'm sorry to all my brown people out there. You a blunt too.
You're a
Like
blonde too. It's
exactly.
not a derogatory term.
No, not at all. I wanted to
It's
make
just
sure people know
it's
that.
like calling everyone else the other. Like there's black and there's
Yeah,
other.
you're not in our circle, so you're just the other.
So, which ironically also when we would go visit Haiti, they didn't consider me Haitian.
Really?
They called me blanc. So I
What?
was
I
sitting
thought they
there
would call you Despois. I heard that sometimes.
oh, okay, that makes sense. I've never been called. I've only been called Blanc. They're like, oh,
Honestly, don't know
I'm
what
Blanc
that means
by
either.
Cleo. Like, I'm like, okay, cool. Both my parents are Haitian though. What? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess it's because you weren't born there, so to them,
Yeah.
again, you're not completely Haitian, which I feel like
Which
we're gonna have to explain too.
that's a thing. Like, if we ever talk about like African diaspora, that's
Ooh,
the
that's
thing with
all you do.
Africans too. Because I took a class my freshman year of college. I took an art history class, and the class was taught by a Guyanese professor, and
Mhm.
he was like, because someone said African American, and he was like, so is she? And he pointed at me, is she from Africa? And they were like, and he's like, where are you from, Gina? I was like, Naples. He was
Exactly.
like, she's not African American. She's not from Africa. So there's that. It's like I don't know where. Well, I do know I'm from the slaves that were put on Haiti. That's where I'm from. But
Exactly.
I was born in America, so there's a lot to dissect. We'll talk about the racial stuff at some point. Like we have to.
Yeah, that would
So
be
much
that you
information.
can go ahead and take the lead on that
So much
because
to say on that. Like, but I mean, it's like we're Haitian American, proud Haitian
yeah,
Americans. There's so much beautiful like history and culture about Haiti that people really don't know, and I would love to explore
they
that
passed
also.
through. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Me
like
too.
I have this book about it too. I have a couple books. I've
Me
been
too.
I've been reading even more.
Mm.
But this time cuz I already know I have a book problem where I buy books and I don't need them. I read audibles and ebooks and stuff so that it's not taking space on my shelves. So,
Oh, that's smart. That's smart. That'd
Yes.
be good if it was a future plug, but that
Hey,
hasn't.
Audible. Audible, I've been subscribed for a while now. You guys have helped me through quarantine. You've helped
Yeah.
me with my reading challenges. So if you want to, help a girl out, I mean, I'll put it out there. I'll put it out there. So
Just put it out there. At this point, just put everything out there.
put it out there, manifest it. Oh, and speaking of
What?
manifesting, I also hope that we get to talk to like Mahalia and I are also both Christians, and I want
Oh
to explore
yeah.
some stuff about that. Like, I saw something about manifesting is demonic, and I just there's stuff
What?
that yeah. So I mean, there's so much stuff that's put out there because of the age of information, the internet, and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So sometimes, like when I see Christian TikToks put out there, I'm like, where did this person get this? There's so much stuff. So I definitely want to dive into stuff like that too. And just having also a Christian perspective on things and how we should approach this. Like we're young women, we're young black women, we're young Christian black women, we're young like it's a
Christian
lot.
black Haitian women. I don't know. That's a
Like a lot. But I love that though because it gives us more insight and input and perspective.
yeah, that's true. For
Yeah.
me, I would say COVID's been treating me okay. Like honestly, like I said before, like I'm living at my parents' house, so I think I've been blessed in the sense that certain financial things, when I got a financial hit, it wasn't as bad compared to other people, like
Mm,
even Gina, like having to like switch it up. So I thank God for that. And so yeah, like I've been more involved in my church now because of it, and honestly,
nice.
the church has been like very receptive to like what I'm trying to do and help them with. So that's
Nice.
always good. I was about to say something else, then I forgot what it was. But
Shout
yeah,
out Bethel Assembly of Saints in Naples.
yeah, Bethel, what's up? What's up?
That's my
Yeah,
church.
but
Also Agape low key because they helped me too. Agape Christian Fellowship.
yeah, yeah, we got a lot of friends up in Agape too. Do you
So
want people to
many
know where we're
friends.
from, or does it not matter to you?
I mean, we're in Southwest Florida. I don't want to disclose exactly, but I think I already said it. But I'm
Yeah,
not.
that's they don't know where we are now though.
I'm not in the same place as where I'm from. But Southwest Florida. That's where we are.
Yeah, that's where we're from.
All the old people who can't drive.
Don't get me started, man. They started coming now. Oh my gosh, it was so annoying. I almost had to like do like a little turnaround in a neighborhood area, and I was like, nah, it's come to this. I'm not gonna do that.
I
But
have to ask you, Mahalia,
yeah,
for during all of this, especially during quarantine, before they went into like phase 2 or phase 3, whatever it was,
what's the
what
phases
was
now anyway?
the what was the craziest thing that you saw whenever you would venture out into the world?
Honestly, I think I didn't do that much because you already know I'm kind of a homebody, so I took the advantage of that and just stayed at home.
Mhm.
But I did see a lot of empty cleaning products and all the toilet paper being gone.
Yo,
People of Florida, it's a pandemic, not a hurricane. So stop hogging all the water, all the toilet paper and
the
stuff.
bread,
That was getting on my nerves.
the bread. My thing was, how is a respiratory disease make you think, let me buy toilet paper?
Yeah, let me go put gas in my car. Like,
Yo,
what
gas
does
was
that have
cheap
to
though
do with
during
the
that those
pandemic?
first couple weeks. Gas was cheap. There was nowhere to go. But gas was
But
cheap.
they was cheap.
I was
That's what
keeping
I'm
track of
saying.
it. There was like some oil wars going on.
Really?
Yeah, there was this whole thing going on. I'm such a nerd. This is what I do. When things are going on over here, I'm like, what exactly is causing this? So I'll like read all the news around it and I'm like watching all
The
this
teacher
news
in
about
you.
oil and I'm like, wow, the prices are dropping because everyone was dropping their prices because they needed people to get gas and
Yeah.
they're like trying to fight over how to price things and this person's dropping theirs so more people are going to go to them so they're like okay I'm going to drop mine too and then it's like I'm just like I have nowhere to go and this is going on.
That's the nerd in you, but I think it's also the teacher in you. So
True.
you wanting to like know the facts and then being able to, to redistribute it.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how to say the word. Redistribute it to other people with the information. So that's
I
what I
didn't
like
tell that
about you.
one. I didn't tell anyone that one because I thought it was too nerdy, but that was really funny to me. I was like, this is going on and no one has any idea.
Nah, we were just looking at the fact that gas was cheap. That
Gas
that
is
was
cheap,
it.
everything's closed. What did you do? Like, what were you doing your last day before quarantine? Like the first day of quarantine?
The first day,
Which I
I
had the date that I called it the first official day of quarantine. I saved it. I know that's so weird. I've been doing a countdown ever since because I'm
a
weird.
slight plug and flex to my friend Gina. She also has a YouTube channel, and she kind of vlogged a little bit of that experience, which
But
I
I
love, by the
started
way.
my
So
okay, so March 16th was the first day of officially of quarantine.
mhm.
So what were you doing on March 15th? What were you going through?
What day of the week was that?
I feel like that was a Monday or Sunday. Something like that.
Oh, it
I
could have
remember
been a
spring
Sunday.
break was the week before, and I
Mm.
had went away to go see my sister and stay because she had just had the baby and she was returning to work. So I went to go spend spring break with them. Then when I came back, it was like, we're not sure if school's gonna open, and then it's like
Yeah.
boom, quarantine. So let me
I
pull
think for
my
me, I most likely was probably just chilling in my room and probably watching random stuff. By the way, I love Golden Girls. Just gonna put that out there. And yes, as a black person, like that's not the norm. I do like a lot of black shows. I'm going through all of them on Netflix, but like Golden Girls is my first love. So I just want to put it out there. So I was probably watching Golden Girls rerun. I'm
Mhm.
almost done with watching the entire show for like the second time. So
Okay, it was a Sunday. It
okay,
was.
for it was a Sunday. Okay,
Yeah.
then in that case, I probably was figuring out what the heck is gonna happen for church wise, because for me, I'm a part of the media team. So in that sense, we were like, oh my gosh, how the people gonna know there's no church, and how they're gonna get the service and stuff. I think our church ended up sending like a little message type thing for them. But
Yeah, there
yeah,
was
it
like a
was a weird
mass
time.
message. It
Yeah, it
was
was a mass message like, yo, we ain't having no church. I
I
think I
got it
even
like
had
four
plans that
times.
Sunday. Yeah,
I
I
got
think I
the
even had
same.
plans that Sunday, and everything just shut down. Like, nah, we're gonna cancel it. So it was
I
weird.
remember leading up, it was so weird because the youth group was supposed to go to the fair and we
Oh
never got to do
yes, I
that.
remember.
It was so funny. And this is gonna sound so like really Gina, but the last like 3 days before quarantine happened, because of all the stress and panic, I promise you I went to the movies like 3 times. I was like, I'm gonna get my money's worth before they shut down. I went to
Wait,
the
you had the
movies.
pass thing, right?
Yeah, so right up to
Exactly.
the
That's why.
last day before they actually shut down the theaters, I was going to the movie theaters. I was watching movies. I saw what's it called? Bad Boys
Bad
3,
Boys for Life.
Bad Boys for Life. I saw
You
that
didn't even
like
like it?
3 times. I did. I
Oh,
saw
you did? I thought you didn't for some reason. I thought you did it.
Yeah, I saw it 3 times. I saw Invisible Man. I saw a lot of movies. I just kept going to the movies. I was like, they're gonna shut this down. And it was
Yeah.
nice because nobody was there.
Everyone was scared, freaking out that if they went outside, they'd catch the Rona and stuff.
I
So
mean, also, if Regal would like to sponsor us, I have been a longtime member
shout
and
out, shout out.
love, for your movie theaters specifically. Um,
Just them, just them, just get them.
just them. Paragon Theaters is good too, but y'all prices for your tickets, y'all need to fix that. Anyways,
Isn't that exclusive to our to Southwest Florida or something? Because I feel
yeah,
like
it's
the prices.
exclusive. It's not
That's why.
everywhere. But Regal, the one in Naples,
Hmm.
they like actually clean and wipe the tables and seats and everything after each showing. Like they go in and clean there. So I didn't feel uncomfortable going in there because I knew that they were cleaning it in between each showing. So other people are freaking out like, "Oh, I'm not going to the movies. People are in there all the time. I'm not going anywhere where there's large crowds." And meanwhile, I'm like, I see them clean this stuff all the time. Like, I'm going to the movies. I'm chilling. So I had a great time. That's what I was
You went
doing.
since the pandemic, right? Like,
Yeah, the day they opened back up, I was in the movie theaters. I have a problem.
don't be surprised if one of these episodes Gina just goes on and talk about movies or something. I like movies too, but not as much as she does. I'm more like specific. Like I like comics and like into like the typical like I'm the typical nerd because everybody's into Marvel and DC right now, but like
True.
just movies in general. I feel like you really like enjoy movies.
I'm
So
I'm just a weirdo. on, and I guess like you said earlier, the nerd and the teacher in me, where I like to just get
Yeah.
the information. So I just have an uncomfortable amount of information on stuff. And movies allows me to just do a bunch of research and learn about something, learn about the history, learn about the actors, and do all that weird stuff, while also being able to just go and sit and watch a movie and just escape the world for a little bit, which is nice. But
Yeah,
I'm
that's
also
always
like a
good.
harsh critic. If I don't enjoy the movie, I'm like, wow, I just walked out of that and I can forget that movie ever existed. So,
I think for me, for movies, like I just thought about it too. Like you're into that, but I think I'm more of the because there was a time I actually wanted to be in the industry, but
mhm,
more like the background. So when
mhm,
it comes to like the money and like the producers and all that stuff, that's the kind
mhm.
of stuff I like. So honestly, through this COVID, like some people are scared that like Hollywood's not gonna be the same, like
Yeah.
because of this. And like if you've seen the numbers on some of the movies that have come out,
Mhm.
they're like really low, and so people are freaking out like, oh, is it over for movie theaters, is it over for
Oh my
Hollywood and
goodness. Like
stuff?
movie theaters were already struggling as it is because
Yeah,
of digital release and like streaming services and stuff like that.
they're competing
But
now.
the pandemic almost wiped them out completely. They were already on life support and the pandemic almost wiped them out. And I was like, okay, ticket prices are going to go up, but I already have a movie subscription, so I don't care.
You still have
But
it?
yeah, I still have it. They haven't started charging us yet. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to cut it or not, since I don't go to the movies as much as I used to, only because I'm busy.
Yeah.
But, you know, considering it's my only form of entertainment, I might not end up cutting it. So I'm still trying to make that decision. But yeah, like it was crazy. Like Trolls World Tour, that caused such a big uproar in the theater
Yeah.
industry because they released it digitally on the streaming on Amazon Prime, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was Amazon Prime. You could buy
Yeah,
it, you could like purchase it for like a certain amount of money.
yeah.
It even go
So
through theaters at all.
it didn't go through theaters at all. And the thing with that is that studios have these contracts with the movie theaters that they will let them play in the movies for a certain amount of time, and then they have to wait a certain amount of time before they
They
release it
put it
like
on
that.
digital. Yeah.
And by doing that with the Trolls World Tour movie, they broke that contract. It was a breach. And like AMC immediately, the big world, like the leader in movie theaters, was like pissed. And I made a really weird TikTok about it. And my sisters laughed because they're like, ah, ha, ha, that's so funny. But they didn't get it. Because I have
Yeah.
the labels and they didn't get it.
What
But
was it?
it was a TikTok, and I think I can. I don't know. Let me see. Because it was like the sound from Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I know you're like,
You
what?
gonna look for it?
I'm like, what? But it was. I think the only TikTok I made that was a real TikTok during quarantine.
Are you
It's
you want to look for it?
To you, it is disrespectful for one woman. Red. To you, it is disrespectful. To you, it is. First of all, it's disrespectful in general. To you, because
Oh my
changing
gosh.
with the money and everything because they made a lot of money. Like people were renting this
A
movie
hundred
for
million.
$20 for only
Exactly.
20 or 48 hours. I'm like, really? Like you're not
And
gonna watch it more
Universal
than
made
once.
all that money. And Universal made all that money.
They
So
made so much money. And although I do like Universal, I like the movie theaters more. So I haven't seen the
mm,
movie because I feel like it would be almost like a betrayal to
really,
go
Gina?
see it. I I know I hold these strange loyalties. Like I okay, this new store opened up in Naples, and I wanted to go see it because my sister had a gift card to there. It's called
You gonna blast them out, Gina?
I'm gonna put them out because here's why I'm gonna say this. This store opened in Naples, and the my sister got this gift card there to go like get groceries or food or something. It must have a cafe inside of it. But I was like, I'm pretty sure I heard like there's some controversy around this store. I don't remember what. So I went to go look it up. They said the Black Lives Matter movement was a hoax. And I was like, yep, I can't
Ooh.
go in there. I'm going to stay in the car. But we all didn't get out. We were like, we're leaving. As soon as I remember, I'll put it out because they don't deserve business just for saying that. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
mind
kind
if
of.
a company decides, like, you know what, let's just tiptoe and be like, we care about, we are one community. We are all, Loki, that was a little shade that I just threw, but I'm not gonna say to who. But don't go and be like, oh, it's a hoax. Oh, Blue Lives Matter. I'm sorry. It's just I'm
That's
getting
now's
controversial.
not the time, people. Now's not the
It's
time.
not the time. You
Yeah.
you either don't say anything or tiptoe. Just tiptoe. Don't say anything or tiptoe. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
Because I don't even need to know where you stand. Just don't say anything controversial because then I can't shop there, eat there. Taco Bell also did something really shady. I haven't eaten Taco Bell in I since before quarantine because
Oh
it's
wow.
like I can't do things with a good conscience. So I will probably never see Trolls World Tour. But then again, I didn't like the first movie because the triplets made me watch it 4 times one time while I was babysitting them.
She's talking about my cousin. She has triplets, and she likes to babysit them.
So we'll
Man,
see.
it's almost 30 minutes.
Oh my
Um,
goodness. I don't even feel like we've like covered everything.
yeah, exactly. But something I wanted us to address is that at least for we're trying to aim at least for the time frame to be 30 to 45 minutes. So feel free to take this with you in your car, or if like me, like if you're just hanging out and you just want like some people talking and nice conversations in the background,
Yeah,
just hit
definitely.
us
I
up.
like to
Just pull us
listen to
up in our video.
podcasts on my commute. Like if you're driving to work,
Yeah.
whether it's 15 minutes, 35 minutes, an hour, take us with you. We're here for the drive. Be safe. I saw a flipped car today when I was driving to work. I was like,
Like
"Oh my
actually
gosh."
flipped, or
It
you
was
saw it
already
flip?
flipped. I
Oh, okay. That would have been freaky.
I know, like I literally thank God every time I'm driving. I've never been in a car accident on the highway or anything. So, and I've been commuting for a couple years now. So,
Yeah. Oh,
it's
but yeah, before I just realized we never talked about the elephant in the room. Why are we in different places? Do you want to
because
talk about it?
quarantine.
Oh, well, it's quarantine, but I've seen you in person a couple of times.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Wait, didn't I visit you like the first or second week of quarantine?
Yeah, yeah, you
It was
did.
like
And
3 days in, and I was like, I can't do this.
yeah, exactly. Like, um, but yeah, like Gina was saying, like, well, we said Naples. I'm currently in Naples, and Gina, she is an undisclosed location that's further away than I
a,
want to drive to.
a secret location in the beaches. You have to like count 1,000 grains of sand and then say the magic password, get the sand dollar, turn it 3 times, and then you'll
You
find
would
me.
not be. You would be that kind of person to do that. But yeah, times when we can, we'll do it together if you want, Gina.
Definitely.
But
Yeah.
for now, this is probably gonna be the format every time, and I feel like as long as like honestly, sometimes our conversation on the phone be even longer than this. So
Our last
don't
phone
worry, it's still
conversation
gonna
was
be
almost
it's
two
still gonna be
hours.
back and forth. Yeah, it's still gonna be organic, even though we're not together. But I feel like it's still gonna be fun.
Which
Anything
is
else you want
nice.
to address?
Um, I don't know. What else? What are some key characteristics about? Actually, no, we should do each other. We should do each
Oh,
other.
okay.
So I'm going to start. Key characteristics about Mahalia.
Ooh,
Mahalia, as you will notice, is pretty laid back. Like, that's just Mahalia being Mahalia. She's just chill. Um, and she's very, like, her style is very, I don't know. Your style is like, I want to call it street because
street.
it's street because it's not it's trendy but it's still street. It's like trendy streetwear.
I don't know. I would consider me just dressing up like a 15-year-old, to be honest. Like
I mean, I
you can make
guess
it more formal and say
I'm
streets.
I'm like thinking about, but that's where they get their like no, because 15-year-olds now they be dressing different. Like,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I take that back.
but
But
yeah,
street, I like street. I put a little like of like femininity into it. Like I have
but it's
orange
like
nails right now.
yours. It's like yours. It's not like, oh, I'm trendy. I'm doing hologram or holographic, whatever they called it, nails. I can't
What is
remember.
that?
The chrome nails.
Oh, I don't know about
I
that.
did that one time. I did not like it. It's not for me.
Oh, but yeah, streetwear. I
Streetwear,
agree with you.
laid back. She's into tech, so
Yeah,
she'll have her nerd moments. But she's not like full nerd. It's like a cool nerd.
that's why
Uh,
it goes with the laid backness. You know.
yeah, it goes with the laid. The laid back is like a big thing. Like that's just Mahalia. Mahalia being chill. Mahalia being cool. Yeah. She also does photography.
Come on.
That's like her that's her thing. Yeah, you said my YouTube channel. I'm gonna say your photography.
Yes, I do photography. Is it my turn now?
Yeah, go ahead, go for it.
For Gina, I would say like she wouldn't. I don't know. Some people might think it as like a. I hope she doesn't take it as an insult, but I would say bougie, the
Oh,
number
bougie's
one
an
word.
insult? I didn't know that.
No, I would. I didn't know if you would take it as an insult, but
Bougie is
honestly, I
not
think
my
that's a good
insult.
thing for you. You're the kind of person like you know what you want, and like you if you have to spend money on it, you'll be willing to like save that money up so you can get that bougie stuff.
That's what I do.
Yeah, and she's very. I would say you're very honest. At least to me, you're very honest, and I appreciate that about you.
Thank
Um,
you.
I
It's
guess we could
everything.
always like talk about like me since I'm laid back, so I don't really talk about my feelings that much. But I would say like I told Gina that like on a private conversation that like for me, a lot of since we've been growing up in Naples, a lot of my family live here as well. So all the relationships I have are very family based, and like having this friendship with you, having this friendship with Gina has made me kind of like go beyond that, family line. So if we go through things, I can't be fall back on, oh, she's my family. She know what's up. I have to be like, yo, I gotta talk to her about it so it doesn't ruin our friendship. But some people might see like, oh, that's a little bit too much. But for me, because I'm laid back, that means sometimes I have to be willing, if I want something, which is this friendship and stuff, I have to be willing to work for it. So
Maybe we should do an episode on like adult friendships because
yeah,
that's
I
a
would
thing.
definitely say like we have some stories to tell, and
Friendships after
definitely
high school. Fun
yes.
fact, a lot of friendships that you have in middle school and high school, their expiration date is your graduation date.
Or they even end there. Yeah, they don't go
That's
beyond
it.
you being in school together.
That after you're done with high school, you never hear from some people ever again. Like it's done.
I can count on one hand how many people I still keep in contact with in high school, with
Whew.
one hand people. So
One hand. This is
yeah,
a true thing. So we should definitely do a talk on that.
yeah, we'll dive into that. Anything else? I think we're good.
Yeah, I
I
think
feel like this is the second time I said are we good, but I don't know. This is a pilot episode, people. We're trying
it's
to
a
figure stuff out.
pilot. Just every it's you know what I like the most is that we had a couple tangents, which is exactly what's going to happen when we
Exactly.
start
That's
focusing
why
on
at
topics.
first I honestly was freaking out, like, oh my gosh, we're not talking about this. But I'm like, no, this is the point. This is like honestly us just recording our conversation and just letting you into our lives. Can you hear
And
that?
yeah, letting you into our lives. And I hope that people gain something from this. Well, I didn't hear anything, so I don't know.
Yeah, I was screaming. One part
Well,
of living in my house is that people are always gonna try to come in. Someone's banging on the door.
oh,
Um,
I did not hear that. I don't know if it
okay,
picked it up, but I didn't hear it.
okay. I
But
maybe
yeah,
didn't time it.
I hope no one caught that. But I do hope people gain something from these conversations and that from our experiences that you're able to, maybe make a decision easier
Yeah.
or understand how to approach someone, something like that. Just having these and when you expose yourself to these kinds of conversations, it does help you grow, which is my ultimate goal for everyone. I want people to be able to grow and learn from any water that falls out of this cracked pot.
For me, I would also want people to know that everything is not like you said before. Everything's not a straight edge. Like we're both
Yeah.
young adults, and she moved out of her family's house. I'm still living in a house, and that's okay because in our parts of our lives and what we were going through, that was the best decision to do. So
Mm-hmm.
we can always dive deeper into that, but
Definitely.
it's not a straight line, guys. Like honestly, for me, I'd want to just be able to reach out to the people around that we know or
Mm-hmm.
people that kind of feel like because we're in so many boxes. So the fact that we're black, the fact that we're Haitian, like there's not like one way to do
We
things.
don't fit into one.
Exactly. So don't expect this conversation or expect us to have one point of view. Like we're Christian as well. And the fact that we grew up in that conservative household, but then you had to go to school, to a public
Yeah.
school and be exposed to things, like even things within this climate had to make me think about what does it mean to be conservative or
Oh
what does
my
it mean to be
goodness. Yeah.
Christian. So yeah.
That just reminded me of something else we should definitely talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Social media and social justice. That's exactly what we
Oh,
should call the episode. Social media and social justice. And before we ever do that episode, I just want to say if you have a black square posted on your Instagram, go delete that. Go
I guess
delete
it's
it
talking to me.
unless you actually put some real information with that post. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Does it count if you put like the Black Lives Matter information thing on your
No, if
bio?
you put if you put the Black Lives Matter information and all that stuff, that's fine. That counts.
Okay,
But
I'm
if
good.
you put a black square and then put like Blackout Tuesday or something lame, no. Or
Okay.
if you only put hashtag Black Lives Matter, also no. Go delete it. Or go edit it and put some real information, even though I doubt anyone's gonna go look back and be like, oh look,
Yeah.
change that. Like, no. Only if you put actual information it stays. If not, no. We are going to be good social justice warriors, not bad ones.
Yeah, exactly. You're probably gonna take the lead on that because honestly, you've been teaching me a lot about that. There's so much
I
like
mean,
again,
there's
like where
so
I was saying, yeah, the fact that we were in this square, I don't want people that hear this to know that there is one box it means to be Christian. There's a one box of how it means to be black. There's one box to how it means to be a woman, how to be Haitian. Like
yeah,
you are an individual. God created you to be unique. So don't
yeah.
expect you to be the same as somebody else. Like even the fact that me and Gina grew up in big families, there's so many differences within
Mhm.
that are different. So
And even if you're not Christian, I still think there's a lot you can gain from this
yeah,
because
definitely, definitely. This is for
the
everybody.
different just ideologies of it all too. Like at the end of the day, I feel like we all subscribe to loving on each other and taking care of one another. So like
Yeah.
don't think like, oh, this is a Christian podcast. They're not. They're just gonna be like
No,
out verses
our
from Psalms or
Christianity
something.
will come out in what we talk about, but
Yeah. And
at
I
least for
think
me, I'm not planning to preach to anybody. I'm still learning.
this is not that podcast. If you want one, I can
No.
suggest it, but Dr. Phil has a podcast.
Yeah,
You know
we
that?
probably have suggestions.
Yeah, we'll have
Dr.
suggestions.
Phil
Maybe
does?
that should
Oh.
be like a thing where we have like um different like if you want more information on this, check out this podcast. So, I mean, I definitely
Yeah,
have
we can do that.
I listened to a crazy amount of podcasts. I had, layman economics for finances. There's this amazing podcast by this therapist called Black Girls Heal. It's exclusively for Black women. It's great.
Oh.
There's there's just so many. I listen to French podcasts. I listen to musical podcasts. I listen to Mythical Monsters, which is about the different like mysterious monsters. I listen to like a bunch of things. My favorite podcast, American History Tellers, because I love to learn about American history. And you guys, knowledge is power. Arm yourself with
Yeah.
knowledge, and you will learn that the world is just a cycle. Things happen over and over again, honestly.
Oh shoot. Yeah, that's so
There's
true.
so much like so I think we should do that, definitely like have suggestions for people who want to learn more about certain things.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, so be prepared to learn, but also just have a conversation with some friends.
Yeah.
I forgot we were gonna do like a segment, but I guess we're not gonna do it on this one. I don't know if you even had something ready.
Okay, I did not prepare anything for the trending. The
Okay, that's
only
fine.
thing that I think is trending right now is that the president and FLOTUS have coronavirus,
Yeah,
and my only thought on that was,
prayers out to them,
how
even
did they not
despite
get it sooner? I feel
everything.
like they were moving around so much. Like, that's
Yeah,
amazing. They must have been taking more precautions than we could see,
we could see.
because the
Yeah,
fact that they were able to not get it until now is amazing. And but I encourage everyone, not even just for coronavirus. I was washing my hands before it was cool, okay?
I know
Uh
that, Gina. You don't have to tell me that.
I had hand sanitizer before it was cool.
Yes,
Which,
this is all
another thing,
true. I
guys,
can confirm
don't
all of
overbuy
this.
hand sanitizer, because people like me who freak out when they don't get to wash their hands need hand sanitizer in their
Yep.
lives. So don't overdo it with the hand sanitizer. But just make smart choices. If you can see that there's a business that they say you have to wear a mask, just wear a mask, even if you
Yeah,
don't like
please
to
wear
wear it,
masks.
or just
Honestly,
change
it's
where you're
not
going.
always just for you. It's for the safety of everybody else around you.
Yeah, collectivism over individualism. Like, we totally need to preach that more in America.
Yes,
People
that's
be like,
definitely
"Well, I
not
don't want
preached
to
enough.
wear it." As they say at the elementary school, my mask protects you and your mask
That's
protects me.
protects me.
So
Yep.
just be mindful of that, you guys. Let's make smart choices. Let's wash our hands. Let's not put our fingers in our mouths.
You
But
felt like kind of weird little teacher you up in the end.
that's me, teacher Gina.
Well, it's been like 45 minutes, so how do you want to end this?
So, I mean, I guess our outro should be like the music starts kicking in to tell us like, hey, wrap it up.
Yeah.
And then it's
You want me
like,
to like start saying stuff around 45 minutes, like, and that's our time, or you just figure out, hey, this is a nice place to end.
yeah, I'd be like, yeah, this is a nice place to end. And then I guess that would be like when we give our like little, or maybe 5 minutes till like around like 40, we would give like, hey, so if you want more information on this, just to kind of give us time to close out. And
Mhm.
then also I had it in my head and I lost it, but just the basic like if you like this podcast and you want to give us a rating on I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know where it's gonna be on.
Just
So.
so everybody knows, as far as right now, this might just be what if they call it vodcast or just video. I'm still figuring out the audio part of it, but this pilot episode will probably only be on YouTube for now, and
Cool
probably on
bean.
our Instagram for like
Cool.
promo and stuff. But don't worry, I'm working on it. Me being the tech person is I'm not gonna rest till I figure it out.
Love
But
it.
yeah, but
So yeah, once I know where we are, if you want to watch more episodes, don't forget to subscribe.
yeah, don't forget to subscribe and leave your comments and stuff. And we have a lot of things we want to talk
Suggestions.
about, but
We'll
this
take
is
suggestions.
this is us just talking and just together and just exploring things because we're still young adults, we're still figuring it out. So
Yeah,
we like to hear other
definitely.
people's thoughts on things.
Yes.
So this is it.
This is we'll figure out an outro. Music. No. I feel like our music would be more jazz. Something jazz,
Jazz.
something
You like
classy.
jazz? I can find jazz.
Because we both did jazz band. Like
Yeah, we did. We did. I actually like jazz. I still listen to it. One of the
saying
few things I still actually do past high school. Like I don't work
I
out or anything.
hey, we should do an episode called I was a high school band student or something like that.
Yeah, we got stories for
There's
that
so
too.
much stories. There's so much to learn from being in band in high school and middle school too. But I feel like most of my like band stuff that happened to me was when I got to high school.
Shout
So
out to the Titan band, going to high school.
both get
Hey,
Titan
Titan,
band,
you
keep the
know.
streak alive.
Yeah.
Superiors,
Did they keep the
superior,
streak?
superior ratings and marching. I say less.
Okay, this is where we're gonna end. This has been. This
This
has
has
been.
been
You want to
10
end
and
it?
3. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out an outro.
Okay, I'll say it. So I guess this has been the 10 and 3 podcast with Mahalia and Gina. Thanks for watching,
I need to
and
stop waving.
they're gonna see you wave and
They'll
stuff.
see this one actually, so I can wait.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. And I don't know how soon we'll be posting because again, because of Corona and stuff like that, we're still figuring out things out. But at least like if we have it, we'll post it probably on our socials and stuff and let you know.
Definitely.
But we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.